My name is Amber Jones, and my husband's name is Aaron Jones. We have a son, Holden. He's 7, and he's diagnosed with classic galactosemia. And I have a daughter, Henley, who is 3, and she does not have galactosemia, and she's not a carrier. Holden was born 5 weeks early, and he had typical preemie symptoms like excessive sleepiness and jaundice. So we had concerns, not realizing that there was something else going on. And because he was born premature, the doctor assumed that was the cause of those symptoms. But at 9 days, we got the call that he flagged for a condition called galactosemia. We had never heard of the condition before. We were typing it into Google and spelling it wrong and seeing all kinds of scary things. We switched him to soy formula immediately, but unfortunately, because he was diagnosed late at day 9, he had to be life flighted and ended up in a coma with multiple organs failing. We enrolled Holden in early intervention at 3 months old. So we were able to get free services through our state for speech, occupational therapy, and physical therapy. And then as he started getting older, we did see some motor delays. He was not sitting up when he was supposed to, not taking his steps when he was supposed to. So we had the physical therapist coming out every week to see him and work with him. And because of that, he's doing really well now. A lot of our kids with galactosemia have speech disorders and motor disorders, but they're highly intelligent. And when a child doesn't speak well and can't write well, someone may assume that their IQ is much lower than it actually is. And that's one thing that I really have to advocate for Holden, because he's highly intelligent. There is not a person at his school who knows him better than I do, and there's not a teacher who cares about him more than I do. So it's my job as his mom to be his voice and to question. It's okay to ask questions, and it's okay to seek valid answers. I think one of the greatest things you can do is build a relationship with your child's teacher. I created an info sheet that has Holden's picture and his name and information about the diagnosis in a way that's easy to understand. The paper doesn't have to be about all the deficits. It can be about the things that you celebrate about the child too, which helps the teachers. As a teacher myself, I know how much it means to really understand a child. A lot of people, when I begin telling them about Holden and his galactosemia, they say, oh, my cousin had that and she outgrew it when she was a few years old. So I take the time to explain that it's genetic, so he can never outgrow it, and that it's different from an allergy because it can damage his brain and his eyes and his liver, and it's treated differently than an allergy. We have worked incredibly hard to teach him to be his own advocate. He will not eat anything without saying, is this safe for me? Have you asked my mom or my dad? When I first had him, that was a big worry for me. I was so concerned that he would feel left out or he would feel sad when he couldn't have certain foods. But we've always worked hard to have safe options for him. Just a few weeks ago at Halloween, he sorted his safe candy from his not safe candy and gave his little sister the not safe. It is not a sad thing for him. It's empowering that he has the power that he can look at food and know if it's safe for him or not.
Not safe. Not safe.
I try to focus on the questions, is Holden happy? Is he healthy and is he safe? What can I do to push him to his potential? He may not be where another 7-year-old is right now. But what is he performing the very best that he's capable of performing right now? And if my answers are yes, then I am content. Because if I try to look too far out and I start worrying too much, it's just not healthy for me and it's not healthy for my family, and it's completely out of my hands. I spent a lot of those early months thinking and trying to make predictions that are out of my control, wondering and thinking of all the what ifs or what could happen, instead of just really soaking in the typical new baby experience, because you have 6 months before the child even starts eating solid food. You don't even have to think about it for a couple of months, and then you can start preparing yourself for a galactosemic safe diet. This is your newborn experience, and you don't want to lose that.